Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, coming here with another most excellent podcast. We certainly appreciate our audience, the greatest audience in the world, for tuning in to the Chris Voss Show Podcast. Be sure to refer the show to your friends, neighbors, relatives, family, all that good stuff to get them into the show. And also, wow, on YouTube, we have all the new CES stuff coming out for the CES Show 2019. We also have all the products you want to buy that you might want to give to your friends, neighbors, relatives, or maybe for yourself, or tell them to put on your wish list for Christmas coming up here in the holiday season. And of course, it's a great way to to peruse the products that might be something you either want to keep it or return it. It's kind of funny with the Chris Voss Show on YouTube. We actually have a lot of viewers in YouTube on January that are trying to figure out if they're going to keep their gifts. So be sure to subscribe to the show on YouTube, youtube.com/Chris Voss. Hit that bell notification button so you get all the notifications of all the updates we're doing on the show. You can, of course, see the Siberian puppy, find out about great thought leaders that we have on the podcast as well. They can go to iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and we're distributed just about everywhere now when it comes these days on all the apps. So be sure to check that out. Once again, we always have interesting people, interesting thought leaders, great people that have changed the world or are changing the world in what they're doing today. And one of them that's coming to us is Michelle Mazzara. Welcome to the show, Michelle. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me, Chris. It's my pleasure.
Good. And I'm sitting here with just a pile of delicious treats and edible stuff from your company. Tell us who you are, what you're about, and what all this great, tasty stuff is that's sitting before me.
Sure. Well, I'm the owner and CEO and founder and one-woman show of Luvafoodie. I created Luvafoodie 4.5 years ago. And it originally started, Chris, this is kind of interesting, but it started as a singles foodies website, basically a social website for people who are single and have a passion for food and beverage. And me being single and a foodie, I thought, what a great idea. There wasn't anything out there like that. So that's what it started as 4.5 years ago. It's now morphed into a consumable brand that it's no longer a dating website. That went away after about a year. But 6 months into me creating the brand, I started to decide that the brand itself was kind of cute and the name, and I started coming out with products that could be sold at retail, basically at grocery stores. So I started out with a line of candy. First line was caramels. And then I morphed into creating gourmet spice blends and gourmet chocolates. And now we're on amzn.to. We're in several grocery stores in the Midwest. And my goal and my hope is to take the brand national next year and get it into stores in Las Vegas so you can buy it for yourself.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love how you took and pivoted your brand. You launched one way, you pivoted another. It is a foodie dating site is kind of interesting because like it's like Tinder, only you have like chocolate bars on there. You swipe left or swipe right.
Well, we had a questionnaire, so you would ask if you filled it out, you would fill out the questionnaire, and there are questions like, what kind of food do you like? How many times a week do you go out? Do you like ethnic food? Do you like to cook? Are you a beer drinker? Are you a wine drinker? And then we had algorithms that matched people up based on, okay, I'm a wine drinker. I like Italian food, or I like to go out 3 or 4 times a week. So that was the premise of the online dating website. And I don't know if you've ever tried any of the dating websites out there, but there wasn't anything out like that. And so there was kind of a niche. The problem is getting critical mass and competing with the big guys of the world. It just really was not possible to do.
It seems like a great idea though, but I can see some different issues you'd have. Like I know on dating sites, if people are into certain things, they're like, oh, that's a deal breaker. So I'd probably be on there like, oh, you like white chocolate and almonds? That's a deal breaker. Sorry, we cannot see each other. You're smoking hot, but I'm sorry. I draw the line at white chocolate. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. And food is like, I know you said do you consider yourself a foodie?
Yeah, if you look at me, I probably said never said no to a piece of food ever.
Yeah.
So I'm proof positive. I'm the living embodiment of.
Well, foodies, it's the mission or the I guess the statement behind Luvafoodie. It's a brand that connects all people together who share a passion for food and beverage.
Yeah.
And that's what foodies do. I mean, we go out, we talk about food, we talk about dishes, we take pictures of our food, we post them on Instagram. And so all of that element of the brand is still there. I mean, just the dating aspect is not there anymore. But
It
it's
makes
very
for great comedy jokes, though.
yeah.
I could do a whole thing on that, but then we never get the rest of the show done.
Right.
So you've sent me, and we're gonna be reviewing this, guys, on the show. So if you're listening to this on the iTunes, the Google Play, you're hearing the audio version. It's only. But if you watch the video on YouTube, what you're gonna see, and we're gonna be posting these pictures on our social media, is a plethora of products that she sent me. This wild assortment of chocolate bars, chocolates. There's even some cat liver spice, dog liver spice. I'll let her explain this as we go through. There's even milk chocolate on a stick. These remind me of the See's candies I used to love as a kid. We'd go for a quarter and buy. My mom would buy the See's candy suckers, and these would look just great. And it's really hard to sit here in front of you with all the chocolates and tasty elements you sent me here, and not have to eat them all. At least we'll take a bite of them as we go through the show. So if you're listening on audio, be sure to watch the video version of the show or go to our website and check it out. So you started the company. You've got it going now. It's on Amazon, and this is your real passion.
Yes.
And a lot of it's really spice based.
Yes, it's fourth quarters is chocolates. It's first quarter chocolate's more seasonal, so not a lot of people buy chocolates during the summertime. So fourth quarter, I concentrate on chocolates, and spices are year round. So I started, Chris, originally with grilling spices, and what I sent you today is that our top 6 selling spices. But I want to tell you a little bit about what else I have coming out, and the salt-free line, which is very special and dear to me. Of 2.5 years ago, Chris, I had chest pains, and I was misdiagnosed. Heart disease runs in my family, and I went to my doctor and I said, I don't feel good. I actually kind of created this I thought I had this new disease, and I said it's called demoitis, which means after I did a demo at a store, I'd come home and my chest would really hurt even more. And in reality, I had heart disease and I didn't know it. And my doctor dismissed me. He said, oh, you have costochondritis, which I don't know if you know what that is, but it's inflammation of the tissue around the lung. And he said, oh, it'll go away. There's nothing you can do about it. It'll go away. Well, fast forward 10 months later, my chest pain got worse. My shortness of the breath got worse, and I could barely walk. And I went in back to see him, and I said, I don't have costochondritis. Something is seriously wrong with me. So he ordered an angiogram with contrast, and it found out that I had 80 to 90% blockage in my main artery.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So then he was sort of interested in, talking to me. And so he said, you need to have a stent put in right away. And 3 weeks later, I had a stent put in. And in recovery, I had a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
And I knew I was having a heart attack because it was a pain that I'd never felt before. I felt like stabbing pain, fire, etc. So I thought to myself, there's 2 things I can do. I can feel sorry for myself, or I can get involved with the American Heart Association, and I can come out with a salt-free line of spices, because I was a big salt user, and I love salt like most people do. And so what I created is 6 salt-free spices. Now, I did not send you these, but if you ever want them, I'd be happy to send them to you. And it's for people who have heart disease or don't want sodium in their diet, or people with diabetes. And so this new salt-free gift box collection is right now available on amzn.to. And we also have a Kindle version. So for 99 cents, you can download the salt-free cookbook and also buy the salt-free spices. But coming out at the end of next week, we'll have the new hard copy, the Salt-Free Cookbook, which will be sold on Amazon and also on Luvafoodie.com. And what it does, Chris, is it encompasses the 6 salt-free spices using the recipe, or using these 6 spice blends in recipes.
Mm-hmm.
Because what most people don't know is they don't know how to cook with salt-free spices. They don't know how to make something taste good.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really excited about, and excited to debut that and share it with your viewers today, that we will have really great recipes using the salt-free spices, and they can buy either the Kindle version or a hard copy.
That's awesome. You know, spices are so important. Spice is the, what's you call it, of life? What's the saying on that? You know, about 2 years ago, I went through a weight loss. I just gotten sick of myself, and I started becoming vegan, and I lost like 75 pounds in about 3 months. And I literally, the trick was like, I quit drinking pop. I was drinking a lot of pop at the time. And I just became vegan. And one of the challenges you have when you become vegan is your palate is used to, you know, all sorts of high sugar, high food content stuff. And so, you know, the problem I always had with vegan food is it can be a little bland. And so what I had to do was learn to spice it up. I had to learn to, you know, add the stuff that could give it spice and taste, but without increasing the fat content or sugar content of it. Because anything tastes good if you pour, you know, a bunch of sugar on it, pretty much. I know, I'm living proof of that. And the embodiment. So spices are really important. And one thing I did was I used a recipe type app and started learning about all the different spices that I could use. And what was interesting is, before that, I never really had much of a spice cabinet. I'm a guy, you know, that's just how I am. Women are really better at spices and flavors of life and these sort of different things. And so, you know, I'm a guy. I'm like, you know, salt and pepper, what do you need? So I started buying all the spices and filling my cabinet with you know, all the different things that normal people would have. And wow, what a difference it made in the quality of food, the taste. And I learned to change my palate from a palate that focused on sugar and high fats to just great, good, healthy food that didn't procure fats and sugar to taste good. And so I learned all these different ways to do it. In fact, I'm getting hungry now thinking about it. It's hard to see here with all this chocolate. I can smell it. I can smell your spices coming off the stuff. And like not consume it here. We'd probably not get anything done. I'd just be like, I'd just be sitting here eating all your food you sent me. But spices are amazing. I mean, they can really change your life, and they can add flavors to really good foods like zucchinis and broccoli and all that sort of stuff. Like I still enjoy broccoli this day. I'll have a plate of broccoli for breakfast, and if you season it properly, your mouth will love you, and you won't even want that crap anymore that you eat. In fact, when you eat it, you'll just be like, oh my God, what did I do to myself?
Yes, I agree with you. And you're going to really love the garlic lovers, because that is one that I say you can put on anything but chocolate. It's our #1 selling spice. And if you love vegetables, I mean, I'm a big, especially because I am watching what I eat because of heart disease, I eat a lot of roasted vegetables. And so you just take olive oil, whatever vegetable, put a little garlic lovers on it, roast it in your oven, and you're good to go. And it's fabulous.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, one thing I love to do is make what they call cauliflower steaks. And you season that with some garlic and stuff. You put that in, you bake it, roast it in the oven. And man, you just cut that. It's just, if you season stuff right, you use the right spices like what you created here, you can create just amazing tastes where you're just like, this is better than any meal I've ever had in expensive restaurants. And then your body wants more of it, which is healthy for you, you know, instead of, you know, but a lot of people, when they think of vegetables, they're just like, broccoli, there's no real, you know, your palate gets really used to that sugar and that fat taste. And once you change your life, and spice it up, if you will. That should be like a shirt. Spice it up or something. Somebody probably owns that trademark.
Right. Well, our ad for the 2 gift boxes are spice up your holidays with our spices.
Make them spicy. And of course, holidays is a great time to get all these spices, because you're making, you're cooking stuff for the family and getting them into it. So, so you created this company, you're doing well, you got a ton of products on the website. It's just amazing all the different stuff you have. You've even got stuff for dogs and cats. Do you want to, now you've also got a book from what I understand.
Well, the cookbook's coming out. That's what we talked about, the salt-free. It's called Eat Clean, Be Healthy, and Stay Well Cookbook, because that's kind of my new tagline for especially. So one thing about our spices, Chris, is a lot of spices have fillers in them, which means it's not chemicals. So our spices, I need to share this with you viewers, are all chemical free. So there's no caking agent in the spices. So if they cake up, which sometimes the chili lime, it has lime juice in it, you just take a spoon or a fork and you stir it. So it's important to know that when you eat anything with our spices on, we call it clean eating, which means there's no chemicals, they're non-GMO, there's no fillers, they're all gluten-free. So that's also really good for you. So I just wanted to make note of that.
And I have a lot of people in my audience that have gluten. That will mess them up if they take gluten.
Sure.
Oh wow! Holy crap!
So the Jamaican, I have to just tell you this. Talking about recipes. So for Thanksgiving, you probably know that a lot of people do sweet potato dishes or yam dishes, and they put that marshmallow junk on it and all that syrup, and
that's healthy, right? All that marshmallow sugar and stuff.
Right. I did. I took the Jamaican lovers and I mixed it into sweet potatoes and yams, and I mashed it. So there's an idea for you. Take the Jamaican lovers and add it into your sweet potatoes.
Oh man, you're making me hungry. This is the hardest show I've done in a long time. I have all this chocolate food sitting in front of me.
Well, okay, should we move into chocolate? So you
I might sneak off screen here and yeah, let's walk through everything you sent me here. It just smells so good. I'm just the spice smell right now, just emanating from your spice boxes they smell really good. In fact, this one's the dog lovers. I just opened it up and I think screw my dogs. I'm keeping this for myself.
Well, okay, Chris, that's funny you should mention that, because I debuted the dog and cat lovers on WCCO TV in September. And if you go to my YouTube channel and you Google dog and cat lovers, I actually made 2 human dishes with the dog lovers and the cat lovers. The cat lovers I put on salmon. It's basically the dog and cat lovers are salt-free spice blend.
Yeah.
So you can and my dad, this is kind of funny. My dad uses dog lovers when he makes his ribs.
It smells great. I mean, it really does. I'm like, I don't know if I'll share it with my dogs. I mean, I love my dogs, but I'm going to try it on the kibble. But
right, it's cinnamon, really ginger, turmeric, parsley, and basil.
That smells just like magic, man. Wow.
And it really. So, should we talk about the dog lovers?
Well, let's. Yeah, however you want to walk through all the products you sent me, let's do it.
Well, since you're smelling it, let me tell you why I created the dog lover spice rub. Right there. That's my little dog Lucy. A little Shih Tzu on the cover right there. That's little Lucy. Last year at this time, she quit eating. She started not wanting to eat. Now she's 14 and a half, but in January, she had her first seizure, January 2018. And the veterinarian that I took her to, and you're a dog lover, so I already like you. And I'm a dog lover too. Yeah, that looks nice. Said she's brain cancer. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'm, as you probably know by now, I'm a person that comes up with solutions to problems. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to give up on my dog. I found a new veterinarian, and I started Googling and trying to do research. How do you get a dog to eat? When dogs get old and when cats get old, they get very picky. And they have digestive issues at times. And so I found that these herbs that are in the dog lovers and the cat lovers actually help stimulate their appetite. They help with cognitive issues. They help with their immune system. So they're all, I say it's a boost of nutrition to give your dog or cat. And Lucy started to eat again. And you know, and what's really, really special to me, Chris, is she's still here. She's still alive.
That's awesome.
And she'll be, so I know your dogs you have followers, and a lot of people like are attached to your dogs. The same with, I call her Luvafoodie Lucy.
Luvafoodie Lucy. That's awesome. You got a great mascot dog.
Yeah, I did.
Your Chris Voss Show mascot. The problem is I got so many huskies that it's hard to pick one, but that's awesome. And that's awesome you were able to find a way to get your dog to eat. That's the hardest thing to do when they have cancer, is get them to eat.
Well, you know, like I was misdiagnosed. We think Lucy was misdiagnosed because my new veterinarian, I'll just shout her out if anyone's watching in Minnesota. I found the best veterinarian, Terry Skadron, at Dr. Skadron Animal Hospital. We started doing laser on her and acupuncture, which I highly recommend if you've got an aging dog. It really helps stimulate their appetite too. So a combination of treatment, dog lovers, and got her to eat again. She went from 13 pounds to almost 18 pounds.
Yeah, it's really tough when they get cancer. In fact, we went through, and I think you said there's turmeric in here, right?
Turmeric, yes, there is.
Turmeric. The turmeric is really good if they have cancer or if they're having issues. Turmeric helps reduce swelling. So what that will do is help the reduction of swelling, and that of course helps pain. You probably don't know this story, but my prior dog, Abby, we had for about 14, 15 years. She came down with anal sac cancer, and she quit eating, which a lot of dogs do. And so the vet was like, well, she stopped eating. This is what the dogs do. They stop eating. They go off in the wild. They would go off and do like a little den or something and stop eating and pass away. That's how they resolved the issue. And so he gave me 3 days to spend with her and said, you know, take her home, spend 3 days, take a lot of pictures, spend a lot of time, come back, and we'll finish the work. And so I went home and started researching about anal sac cancer and cancer of dogs, and found that diet is a huge element with them. I found, you know, that one of the problems with dogs and cancer is, or animals and cancer, is that cancer attacks the liver and kidneys. That's what kills them. Cancer doesn't kill dogs. The shutting down of their vital organs is what kills them. So what cancer does is it increases the calcium in their blood by attacking the pituitary glands. And the calcium increases in their blood. You see them start drinking water like a fish. And that high calcium content kills their liver and kidneys, and that's what kills the animal. So getting them to eat is really important, but a lot of times they don't want to eat because sometimes the food that you're giving them has a lot of high sugar content, especially kibble. And so we switched her to a raw diet, all meat diet, and then we started putting in her food turmeric, and a few other different elements, milk thistle to help save the kidneys and livers and get them to recover. And I think there was one other thing we put in, dandelion flour. And we saved Abby from a 3-day death sentence to a 1.5 years with her cancer.
Wow. That's so great.
Yeah, and she started eating and stuff. And a lot of people, when I counsel people on dog cancer and everything, because people come to me about it and refer me to it, a lot of times the dogs they don't want to eat that kibble anymore. There's either a high content of sugar or maybe it's taste. And so what you've done is pretty awesome, because changing that taste for the dog and making them want to eat, because that's what the cancer is doing. It's trying to get them to stop eating so that they'll die. It's a really kind of suicidal organism when you think about it. But this is awesome.
Yeah, the other thing is if you can bake. I mean, and I have a recipe on the website for dog lovers biscuits. Mm-hmm. Basically, you take the dog lover spice and you take peanut butter, flour, non-fat milk, and that's basically the recipe. And dogs that even don't like the dog lovers, although most do like it, they love the biscuit. So if you somebody buys this and they say, oh, the dog didn't like it, try making the biscuit. It's a simple biscuit recipe, and I encourage you to try making the biscuits too. You don't have to shape them in a bowl, just a basic little cookie.
You know what this might be good on too? What I've made is I've made my dogs, because I started cooking for my dogs too after this. But I made my dogs these the potatoes. What do they call it? The red potatoes, the yams.
Sweet potatoes? Oh, okay.
I made them little sweet potato wedgies where I bake them. This might be really good to spread on those.
Oh, yeah. Well, it would be very good on sweet potatoes because that's what I did for Thanksgiving.
I got to tell you, this smells so good. It just, I could set it out as potpourri and just let the house fill with it. It's very kind of Christmassy too.
Chris, taste it with your finger if you want. It's. I think what you're being really attracted to is the cinnamon and the ginger.
Oh, wow.
Is that good?
It's tasty as hell.
Yeah.
I can put this on just about anything. Oh, this is great, man. Yeah, you can sell this as potpourri, man. I love the smell like this during the holidays, at the very least. Now, the cat lovers one smells kind of catnipy.
Yes, there's a little catnip in it. Cats also get very finicky, and they have some of the same digestive issues. And catnip is basically a natural herb that cats really like, but you don't want to give them too much because it can kind of make them go crazy. It's kind of like a drug to them. So we just put 10% in there, and that has parsley, basil, dill, and catnip. So dogs and cats have different, they can't all have the same kind of herbs. So the catnip is really good too. There's a cat recipe on my website also for a cat treat. So it's a basic recipe that cats like. Yep. And again, these are all natural. You don't want to give your dog anything with sugar or salt. So these are basically salt-free, sugar-free spices to mix into. If you give your dog or cat wet food, it's easier because the herb gets moistened into the wet food. But if you give them kibbles, what I say is moisten the kibble with a little water so the spice blend will stick and not fall to the bottom of the bowl. So it's very easy, and I encourage people. This is a new category, the wellness category and the pet category, and this has never been done before, Chris. There's no other spice blend for dogs or cats. I'm the first to create something.
This is awesome, and I encourage people to cook for their dogs. I mean, even if you can't just cook totally for your dogs all the time, at least spice it up. Make them some chicken, and this is probably really good on chicken. And I like how you even give some measuring spoons. There's a measuring spoon thing that comes with it.
I have these customized makers because there was no tablespoon set out there that had 1/8 of a teaspoon or 1/16. So if you have a small dog or cat, like if your cat or dog is 1 pound, you want to give them 1/16 of a teaspoon. So that's half of 1/8. So these are customized made, and these are also available, the whole line, dog and cat lovers. You can buy it on Amazon or on Luvafoodie.
This is awesome. This is awesome. And nowadays with so many of these, you've had dogs dying with some of these Chinese things that you don't know, and more people are really concerned about what their dogs are eating and health. And the one thing I found in my cancer research for my dog is a lot of the food that we're giving our animals is really chemicalized, dead protein. You can watch a lot of movies and horror stuff. And so I love that you guys have this great food blends that can really help animals and help people that want to cook for their animals, or at least maybe cook treats for their animals and get it spiced up for them so they'll eat it. Because I do remember how finicky my older dog, in fact, a couple of my older dogs, they got real finicky at the end, where they were just like, they just were getting sick of food, and sometimes you had to spice things up to make it fun for them.
Right.
They're kind of like us. They need some spice in life.
That's right. Just like old people get, picky when they get old, and they don't want to eat as much, or you have to change it up. And so, as dog lovers and as pet owners, and she's my baby, I don't have children, I'll do anything for her.
Yeah.
As long as she's not suffering and she's never been, I have like I said, a wonderful vet. I'm very conscientious to make sure that she's never in pain. She's never been in pain, and she's happy. And that leads me into my next item. Can we talk about miracles?
Okay.
So, like I said, this ties into Lucy and being still with me. I feel very lucky, Chris, that she's still with me because, like I said, the old veterinarian wanted me to put her down, and I wasn't going to do that. And so, we think about Christmas, we think about Christmas miracles, we think about having hope and just faith, and that's really also about who I am and Luvafoodie. So this holiday season, I wanted to do something special with my holiday card because I honestly didn't think that I would have a holiday card with Lucy this year. So the holiday card is a picture of Lucy and I, and we're looking up, and it almost looks like we're going into the gates of heaven. Suddenly, kind of cute. But then I created this new, and maybe you can open it up and show the viewers.
So we've got one right here.
The purple one.
Sitting here, tantalizing me.
Yeah, I want you to try it.
Okay.
Can you open it and show the embossed
dark chocolate?
Yep.
I love dark chocolate too, by the way.
It's 60% cocoa, and it's Belgian chocolate, so it's very high quality. It doesn't have,
Even says the name right on it.
May you be touched by miracles. And that's really what that's one of the things that I want people to feel when they try any of my products, that, that there is hope, and, to have faith and believe in miracles, because that's really what it's all about.
This is really tasty. This tastes really good.
Thank you.
I'm having to use a lot of self-control not to eat everything that's sitting before me right now.
Well, it is chocolate season, so you're trying our dark chocolate Belgian Believe in Miracles bar. We also have the Santa Snowman bar, which is also a dark chocolate. And
over there, that's really good.
People try our chocolates, Chris, and they want more and more.
I think I need to do a cooking show podcast, but I'll probably weigh like 500 pounds when I'm done.
You want to show the snowflake cookie?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I've got these here, and then I've got something that looks like it's cookie and chocolate on one side, cookie on the other.
Yep.
So which one do you want me to open?
Why don't you open the one that you can see the snowflake? Well, do you like mint?
I love mint. I'm a big mint.
I think I sent you in the wrappered one. I think it's a dark chocolate peppermint.
Yeah, we've got two of them. We've got one that I can't tell what it is. The other one definitely has a mint on the back of it.
Okay, try the peppermint. That's brand new this year.
Try that. If you're listening to the show on audio right now, you're really missing out at seeing some tasty, delightful stuff.
And Chris, the cookies are on Luvafoodie.com. The chocolate bars and the new Believe in Touched by Miracle is on Amazon. Yeah. So that's that's an ounce of chocolate on a shortbread sugar cookie.
And we're doing close-ups of all this food, guys. So if you're listening on audio on iTunes or Google Play, go watch the YouTube channel so you can see that.
And Chris, the other thing I want to say about my chocolates and my cookies is that we can do customized cookies and customized chocolate bars. So let's say you wanted your own chocolate bar or your own cookie. We can take your logo or any logo you give us and put it on the cookie or on a chocolate bar.
Wow.
So I actually was a Super Bowl vendor, and now I'm hoping to be a Final Four vendor because the Final Four is coming to March. It's coming to the Twin Cities in March. And I'm hoping to do some cookies with US Bank Stadium that have the basketball right on the cookie.
This is the hardest podcast I've ever done. Just want to eat.
Well, what do you think?
It's horrible radio airtime because I'm like munching away.
This is what's really fun.
I really like this cookie thing. This cookie is great.
Yeah. The cookie seems to be everybody's favorite, and once you start eating those cookies, you kind of get addicted to them. Mm-hmm. They're really very, very good. So
that's kind of my fear right now is that you're going to create a cookie monster out of me.
Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. You can I try to limit myself to one cookie a day, and I take the cookie and I'll have like little bites of it so I don't consume it all at once.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be hard to do with all the stuff you do around the office and home to prepare all this stuff. You can't see this right now, but my puppy right now is just so enthralled with what I have up here. She's like, give me some of that. Give me some of that. You can't have chocolate.
Yeah, no, she can't. Dogs cannot have chocolate. Not no chocolate for dogs. It couldn't. Yeah. But later she'll get some dog lovers, and I do want to know. You've got my email. I do want to know how they like it.
She is licking the spice blend off my finger.
Is she really?
My finger and putting it down, and she's licking it off my finger. She really likes it.
Oh, good. Do you have any friends that have cats?
Yeah, I do. In fact, I have a friend. He loves his cat. So
you'll have to give the cat lovers to your cat friend.
Yeah, she's eating this spice. Just plain old spice.
Mm-hmm.
You like that spice? Is that very good?
Well, we do have on the dog and cat lovers tab on Luvafoodie and also on YouTube. We have a lot of people that have done videos with their dogs. So if you are using our dog and cat lover spice blend, so I welcome a video of you sharing that.
We'll do one on social media. We'll do one with her eating the thing. She's just munching away. I spilled some on my leg here, and she's munching away. So we've got suckers, and we've got some.
That's actually a hot chocolate on a stick.
Yeah, I've been really interested in seeing this. You sent me hot chocolate on a stick. I think there's another one here that's a dark chocolate, hot chocolate on a stick. So there's light and dark. And let's give these a taste because I love hot cocoa and chocolate, especially right now where it's gotten cold.
Are you drinking coffee right now?
I was about coffee. I just refilled some water.
Oh, okay.
Will you put these in coffee?
Yeah, so that's an ounce of Belgian chocolate. You stir that in hot milk and it melts.
Oh my
and there's
God.
Your hot chocolate.
So you don't suck on it like a sucker, or you can, I suppose.
No. No, you stir it in hot milk or hot coffee if you want a flavored exactly. Stir it. And kids love it because there's the play factor. You know, they watch it melt, and then once it starts to melt, then you can lick it like a sucker. But right now, you don't want to bite it. You may hurt your teeth.
It's just so tempting. I can't resist.
Well, you wouldn't be the first to do it.
Oh, man. That tastes really good.
I would have to say a producer did that on one of the TV shows.
I'll save this for, doing the coffee thing, because as soon as we get off this show, I'm going to do that. That tastes really good, Belgian chocolate.
Yeah, the milk, so there's 4 flavors. There's dark chocolate peppermint, milk chocolate, and milk chocolate caramel. And those are on Luvafoodie website.
Oh, okay. Here's the milk chocolate caramel latte. Mm-hmm. And wow, so you just put these in your chocolate or your hot milk, and they melt down. Yeah, that's what it says right on the sticker.
Right, you stirred in a mug of hot milk or hot coffee.
I'm glad I had you on the show to tell me this, because I would have sucked on them like these suckers. I would like, what? You put them in the thing? Is that peppermint I see? Dark chocolate peppermint.
That's really good.
Oh man,
really, really good. They're all good. I mean, our quality of our products, Chris, are really high, and that's because I wouldn't put anything in my mouth that I didn't think was of high quality. So that's what I created: high quality spices, high quality chocolates, and high quality spice blends for dogs and cats.
Well, that's good. It's important if you're going to put tasty stuff in your mouth. You sent me, excuse me, a lot of these bars.
Yes.
These tasty bars. We've got Believe in the Season. These are great holiday gifts. I mean, geez, if you're looking for something to give away to your family, friends, people you care about, people you don't want to, you want to send gifts to across the mail, and I'm sure you can, I can go on your website, order these up, ship them to the people that I love and care about, and that are people that I want to make, have sugar.
Well, and you know what? At this time of the year, there are some people that have everything, and you're like, what buy them? What do you buy them? You know, some people just go buy whatever they want. Well, most people love to get something to eat, right? So this is a new brand. Luvafoodie is a brand. I mean, this is a unique gift. So because we're not national yet, it's kind of a unique gift offering because you won't see it in every store out there. So that's the other kind of neat thing about giving our spices or chocolates this holiday season. You're giving something unique.
That is, it's awesome and spicy too. It's so unique. You can even, if you know somebody who loves dogs, you can send them that. The chocolate is excellent. I love the concept of this thing. I gave up pop to get healthier and live healthier, and so I drink a lot of coffee. Coffee's a big thing for me. So these hot chocolates on a stick are just awesome.
Yes, you'll really enjoy those, and our chocolates have no artificial ingredients in them either. So, and a lot of American chocolates that you go buy at the I'm not going to name names, but they have a lot of fillers in, or they have a lot of artificial ingredients. Ours do not.
Wow.
So, and all of the dark chocolate is 60% cocoa, and the reason it's 60% is in order to be heart healthy, you have to have at least 60% cocoa. So tying into the heart disease, I wanted a high quality dark chocolate bar because there is, just like drinking red wine in moderation and dark chocolate, there's health benefits to people with heart disease.
Yeah, and there's been studies that show that some of this stuff is good for you. I mean, a lot of cocoa, or how you pronounce it, is in coffee, and there's one of the reasons this is a staple of life for the history of man, as it were. You've got a few other gift boxes here: white chocolate, peppermint bark, and then we've got another gift box, I think, of spices we want to take a look at. So do you want to? I've got a little box here that says Happy Holidays.
Yeah, that's not online this year. That I just sent to you. That's a dual. Yeah, I gave it here. Happy Holidays. The white chocolate snowflake, the peppermint, that's online. You can
white
show
chocolate
that.
Peppermint box. Look at this thing. This thing feels heavy too.
Yeah, that's a lot of. And if you open it up, Chris, you can open it up if you want. It's actually embossed. It says seasoned greetings. Like all of our chocolates are embossed. That's embossed too. And then flip it over on the back. You'll see candy canes.
Jesus Christ, this thing is huge. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. Wow.
You have to have a party today.
Look at all that peppermint bark. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's actually so show the viewers the little circle, the snowflake, the little one. On
the front?
Yep. And then
I'm busy munching away here.
Yeah. Well, you know what you can do with that, Chris? You can take it and break it up and put it in a candy dish bowl and share it with your friends.
Oh man. And it's got the peppermint bark like all embedded in there. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you're really missing out. So I encourage everyone who's listening to this on Spotify, Heart, and everything, be sure to watch the YouTube video of this. Oh my God, it's tasty. That or go to her website and check it out. That is awesome. I've never seen that much peppermint bark on something. Usually it's just like, hey, here's a little peppermint bark. You can't see it.
White chocolate. So bark is a different than white chocolate. White chocolate is purer. It's not like the waxy tasting. Notice it's not like waxy tasting.
Mm-hmm.
It's chocolate. So it's so I think the other item that I sent you is the round peppermint snowflake, the little round one.
These the foil ones?
No, did I send you a white chocolate one?
I'm not sure if we got white chocolate. Here's another one. Those cookies.
Maybe I thought I was.
I got some bars.
Okay, maybe I forgot. We have the white chocolate in the snowflake theme in a with the peppermint. So maybe I just sent you the big box instead. But there's that version of it too, a smaller version in the snowflake online.
This is so not what you're supposed to do on radio, is to eat while you're doing an interview. That's like.
That's the gift box. Yep. And I have to say, Amazon this weekend, they did an ad with the Minnesota. Oh, did you show the Minnesota chocolate bar?
I think so. We're showing it, but you've got a Minnesota.
Yeah, that's I created that, Chris, around the Super Bowl time because Luvafoodie was a vendor at VIP tailgating event.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted a souvenir that people could take home that wasn't going to cost them, a ton of money and easy to pack and easy to put in your purse or your wallet. Or
this is awesome. You guys are at the Super Bowl, feeding the Super Bowl folks.
Yep, the NFL works with minority-only companies. So because Luvafoodie is owned 100% by me, it's registered as a diversified business enterprise.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Mm. And it's wonderful tasty. It tastes as good as Minnesota and the Vikings.
Thank you, Chris.
So
pretty fun now.
Wow. Might need an insulin shot after this. I'm just kidding. So you also sent me this Spice Lovers Holiday Collection box that we're showing on the screen right now. And
you want to open that?
It's got garlic lovers, meat lovers, seafood lovers, Jamaican lovers. I love Jamaican spice. Barbecue lovers and Margarita. Oh,
yeah, let me tell you about that, Chris. I created that for Cinco de Mayo. That is the first margarita spice blend out there, and it has actually real tequila in it.
Wow.
30% tequila, but it's dried, so there's no alcohol content.
Where's this margarita one? I'm just overwhelmed by just beautiful scents. So we've got the margarita spice blend.
Yeah, and all the white stuff is in that is the tequila.
Can I mix vodka and tequila?
Yeah, that's really good on fish, shrimp, and chicken and seafood lovers. Great on salmon.
Jamaica jerk. I love Jamaica jerk.
Yep.
I love making things sharp and spicy. Ooh, barbecue lovers. A big barbecue fan.
Spicy.
Yeah,
yep.
So we got that. This is a great gift set for someone who cooks and loves spices. This would be a perfect gift set for them for the holidays.
Yes, it's a perfect gift set. It's garlic lovers, like I said, is our best seller. So I'm excited for you to try that.
My dog keeps licking my pant leg that spilled some of the dog lover seasoning. So she's already a fan. We've got meat lovers here. This looks really good. Garlic lovers. Let's open the garlic lovers because I love garlic. In fact, I think that's the reason I'm single is because no one will get near me for my love of garlic.
You have to just get them to eat when you eat it, and I use garlic lovers like pretty much every night.
Garlic is good for you. It's healthy too.
It is. It's very good for you.
That just smells amazing. What's in this garlic lovers? This is really good. It looks like bits of garlic and.
Yeah. So see what happens, Chris, when you use the garlic lovers or any of the spice blends, the garlic plumps up. So when you cook with it, and it gets plumpy and juicy. It has garlic, basil, parsley, black pepper, and a little kosher salt.
Wow, I just tasted this. This tastes amazing. Like I want to run down and get some chicken and put this on there. These are great. Are you
vegan?
What's that?
Are you a vegan?
I went vegan for a short while and then I kind of returned.
Okay.
I used to call it like when you go to prison, they call it gay for stay when you go to prison. So I was kind of like vegan for stay, if you will.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're going to try it on.
That was my joke around that.
Yeah. It's fun. Like I said, with the garlic lovers, Chris, when I say you can put it on anything but chocolate.
Anything but chocolate, yeah.
Anything but chocolate.
People like, they like that sort of thing. But no, it's very tasty. I really like it. I just want to cook things now. But yeah, I went vegan for a while, about a year, and then I've kind of come back. But I kind of balance it. I eat, I have a plate of try and have a salad a day, a broccoli plate a day, and then I eat some of my normal foods. But I try and eat holistic foods, foods that I know what the content is, or what we call live foods. You eat foods that are living. They're not dead. They're not chemically combobulated.
Right.
Ingredients. You're like, what the hell's blah blah blah.
If you eat fresh food and good poultry and good seafood and good meat, you're doing well. It's the processed foods that you want to stay away from.
Yep.
Processed foods and fast food.
Somebody taught me a long time ago the importance of eating right, and I didn't listen to them, obviously, but eventually I did. And when you go into a store, they purposely do this on purpose when they build stores. They put the produce and what they call the live foods on the outside of the store that's close to the entrances, because there's a lot of high turnover on those foods because they go bad very quickly. And, you look at the French, they go out and they shop every day for their meal. And they're really healthy, even though a lot of their food has sometimes high fat content. But they go out, they shop for their food, they pick it, they get it fresh from their vendors. And when you look at a store, the further you go into a store in distance from the entrances, the more deader the food is. And so usually right in the middle, they have that frozen food section with ingredients that make you feel like you're probably eating some sort of science experiment. Right. And it's just the dead foods. And so eating more live foods, more vegetables, and of course having different ways that you can spunk it up, spice it up, it really makes a difference, because that's really what you're after, is you're after that certain taste or flavor. And these chemical combobulation dead food companies know that. So they're like, we'll just make some fake crap that, but we'll put a little spicy stuff in it to make it taste well, and then you'll eat our crap food. And then after you eat it, you're just like, oh, why did I do that to myself?
Right. No, I don't eat any processed foods and no frozen food.
Yeah. No one eats McDonald's because it's nutritious. Like, you do it because you like that special little taste of the special sauce or whatever. But then you hate yourself for 2 hours after, when your body's just going, why you screw you? Like, what did you do to me? And then you're still hungry because that food isn't even nutritious from a basis of giving your body the nutrition it needs. So your body's like, well, that was great. You gave me a bunch of garbage food. Now give me something that we can use to fuel our body. So I love what you're doing here with all these spices, and this is a great gift set to take and get people, especially these hot chocolates on a stick. I've never seen this before. I think this is a really unique gift that you could give people, and they'd really appreciate for you.
It's a great stocking stuffer too.
Yeah. The only problem I have with all of it is I like it so much, I don't think I'm going to share with anyone.
You don't think what? You're not going to share? Well, don't share.
It's all mine. No, I'll be sharing the cat lovers with my cat lover friend. And I'll probably make a nice little holiday gift for him. And of course, I'll be sharing this with my mom. She's a chocolate aphrodisiac. If there was a chocolate alcohol anonymous, we probably would have her in it.
A dual chocolate bar.
Yeah, I'll send her everything to sample. Partially because if I don't get it to her, I'll probably eat all this stuff like by tonight. So that would be bad.
Well, a lot of people they now expect to get chocolates from me and spices, and I can have it anytime I want. So I have self-control, but I do use the spices every night. The chocolates, the cookies are my downfall, because I do like them probably more than the chocolate bars.
They are really good, and I love how you've mixed the cookie with the chocolate, and it's just a nice, beautiful, tasty sort of mixture. I'm not gonna eat that because it.
Yeah, well,
every time I eat it, it gums up my tongue, and then I can't talk on the radio.
I'm glad the samples arrived in time for our show.
This is awesome. So anything else we need to know about what you guys are doing and how to do it, and of course how to order this stuff for Christmas gifts this holiday season?
Well, I would encourage all your viewers and listeners to follow Luvafoodie on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Whatever I come out with new, you're going to see it first on social media. So the more likes and the followers we have, the better. It's just like your show. I mean, I tweeted and put it all out there, because that's what we're trying to do, is grow our brand. It's a new brand, and my goal, Chris, is to try to have the brand go national by the end of next year. So I'm looking for adding some investors on next year, and maybe a couple of resources, a couple other people to join me, since I've been doing this all pretty much by myself for the last 4.5 years.
Still this on Shark Tank. Shark Tank should have you
I
on.
thought about going on Shark Tank, and you know, it's still an idea of mine. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've had at least one friend, I think two, on Shark Tank. And my one friend, even though he turned them all down for their offers and walked away, it ended up being a huge hit for him. But this is a great product. I mean, if you're a retailer out there who has a storefront, retail storefront, I really recommend getting a hold of these spices and stuff. They smell really good, and spice is the key to life. I mean, this is the thing, the flavor stuff. You know, my biggest problem as I've gotten older is, you know, you've tasted everything. And so one of the great adventures I had with becoming vegan and learning to spice my food properly was being able to make it so that I could taste stuff that I never tasted before. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know squash could be so wonderful if you season it right.
Right.
And cook it right.
Chris, for you to try the spice blends, I know you've tried all the chocolates now, but try the spice blends. Let me know what you think. We have recipes under the recipe tab. You know, just be creative. And sometimes, I mean, if you're interested in the salt-free spices, I'd be happy to send you some samples of those too.
Well, as soon as we get done with this podcast, I'm actually going to go make one of these chocolate coffee things. That's
okay.
Like, I'm probably going to videotape it too. So for those of you who follow me on the social channels, be sure to watch that. But I'll probably be taping that. But yeah, follow Michelle on her website. So you can go to her website and you can see her videos. She's got these videos that she does about this cooking and different things. Yeah. She's got an Instagram feed, which I'm sure is just beautiful food stuff that you can take and see. And you know, that's one of the things I follow on Instagram. I'll probably be following you really soon here because I love good food. And I love this stuff too because it inspires me to cook something at home, cook something that's healthy, as opposed to, oh, let's go down to the corner and eat at the local fast, nasty fast food place that, you know, I'm going to hate myself later when my gut's going, why did you eat that burger?
Right. Well, I want to see your dishes, your chicken with the garlic lovers on. I want to see your meat lovers. I want to see anything you create.
Yeah, squash, zucchini, broccoli. Broccoli is something I'm always trying to spice up a lot. I'm really bad sometimes where I use a lot of ranch dressing on my broccoli, but yeah, I mean broccoli.
Well, let's see. I think you might. Do you like seafood too?
Seafood is really big with me. I love a good salmon. One of my favorite ways to prepare salmon, a lot of people haven't heard about, and it's great for seasoning like this, is dishwasher salmon. You ever tried that?
Dishwasher salmon?
Dishwasher salmon. I know. When you first hear it, you're like, no. But you can Google this. This was actually on the Food Network, and you take a block of salmon and you wrap it about 4 times in foil. You really need to seal it up nicely. You put like some spices like what you have here, like the Margarita spice blend, seafood lovers, spice it up. Maybe put a little bit of lemon oil in there, or not lemon oil, but lemon. But you spice it all up the way you want it, seal it up. You wrap it about 4 times, and there's kind of a special way to wrap it so that water can't get into it. You put that in your top tray of your dishwasher. You can even wash your dishes, but most people just, they just wash the thing. You run it through a cycle, and I swear to God, it's the most moist salmon you've ever had in your life. I've eaten it all sorts of expensive restaurants all my life, all around the world. I've never had salmon taste better or be more moist than dishwasher salmon. And you can use your wonderful spices to spice it up. But I got to tell you, it's the most moist salmon you'll ever have. Sometimes you can let it go through the whole dry cycle to steam, because that's basically what it's doing, is steaming it inside the dishwasher. Some people's dishwasher may have longer steam cycles, so you may have to kind of play with when to pull it out, but usually you can do a whole cycle. let it finish the steaming drying cycle, and then pull it out, and you'll have just this beautiful, rich, tasty salmon that's perfectly steamed. And like I say, I've never felt it. I never had better salmon in my life. It's the most weirdest thing. And they did on the Food Network. So if you don't believe me, Google it and use some of Michelle's spices, and you'll thank me. I guarantee it. They even did a show on the Food Channel where they took a pot roast and they basically wrapped it up with potatoes and seasoning and stuff, and they put it on an engine block of an older car, and they drove it to wherever they were going to go eat and visit a friend for 30 minutes, and they let the engine block cook the meat. So there's all sorts of crazy ways.
That's funny.
But you know what? This is the spice of life. You got to try different things. Don't be bored.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, I just wanted to say I really appreciate you having me on your show, meeting you, and I want to thank you for letting me be your guest today.
And thank you for coming on, and thank you for the wonderful gifts. These are going to make some wonderful gifts for some people. I'm going to share, probably give them a little scrape of spices. And I don't know about these things. I think I'm keeping these for myself because I really love coffee and hot chocolate right now. Oh, I like how the peppermint bark one has got the peppermint bark on it. So anyway, give us some plugs once again for your website so people can look it up.
Sure, it's www.luvafoodie.com. So luvafoodie.com, amazon.com. You can also find all the spices, the dog and cat lover spices, many of the chocolate bars. And hopefully we'll be on more websites as we continue to grow. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, and LinkedIn.
Sounds good. Sounds awesome. Anyway, thanks to my audience for tuning in. I'm going to go eat some of these wonderful delights, make me some beautiful coffee, and hopefully I don't die of too much tasty, sweet food all at once. But hey, if I'm going to go, this is the best way to go. Thanks to Michelle for being on the show. We certainly appreciate her. And thanks to my audience for tuning in. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, hit that bell notification button so you get all the notifications of what we're doing. Like I said, it's Christmas, so it's the best time to watch the show. We just got some really cool stuff in from CES. We got like a giant chessboard that moves its own pieces. Like it moves itself. The pieces do. It's crazy. So you're going to see all sorts of cool stuff from CES, interviews we're doing, podcasts we're doing from CES Show 2019. In fact, next week we have the CEO and president, Robert Shapiro, of CES on the show. This is a huge get. We've been trying to get him for a couple of years now, and we finally got him early enough to cut out some time because he's super busy. So watch for that on the show. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, and all the other places that ChrisVossShow.com is distributed. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We certainly appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.